All right, YouTube. So let's talk about this John Harbaugh possibly going to the Cleveland Browns and why it would be a success. Now hit that subscribe button for more sports updates, more sports opinions that I got going on. Let's get into this real quick. So John Harbaugh, the Cleveland Browns, they have a structured, solid defense. Obviously, Myles Garrett leading the way. And you have a skeleton of an offense. Now, if he's not coming with a certified offensive coordinator, then in basically any coach who doesn't come with a certified offensive coordinator who's going to be bona fide, work with whatever quarterbacks you have right now, because let's face it, drafting a quarterback to bring into the already chaotic quarterback room is going to be a problem. So they really should just build on what they have and focus on getting a solid quarterback later on as they continue to build around what they have, mainly being Shador or possibly Deshaun Watson. I don't think they want Deshaun Watson. I think they want to move on from that. So it's probably going to be Shador. Now, John Harbaugh obviously was underwhelming and failed in Baltimore over the last several seasons. He's been there 18 years. He's won one championship. Kudos to him. But let's face it, it's not been working. But unfortunately for the Ravens, John Harbaugh's failures in Baltimore would be a success in Cleveland because they would relish in bringing 8 wins, 10 wins, 12 wins if they can get it. I think Cleveland's good enough to be able to compete. They just need a competent offense. And that's why I said you need to bring a solid offensive coordinator with them. And if it's not going to be John Harbaugh, I would potentially look at somebody like Joe Brady in Buffalo, who's going to work with the quarterback. And like I said, it's probably going to be Shador. So those are the two names that I would focus on. But John Harbaugh going to Cleveland from a rival, from Baltimore being the rival, that would build some trust with the Cleveland Browns fan base and start to have them believe that, okay, they're actually serious. They're going to start making some solid moves. And if Andrew Berry can make another draft like he did over his last season, because that's another thing. John Harbaugh, he's got to stop making those mistakes that he did in Baltimore. Give the ball to Derrick Henry. You got Keyshawn Junkins over here. Give the ball to Junkins. Make sure those screens are set right. Make sure Shador has already showed some promise. He showed that he's capable. We don't know if he's going to be a star. We don't know if he's going to be a solid starter over the next 5 to 6, 7 years, but he showed that he's at least capable. So if you give him the ball and you give Keyshawn Junkins the ball and you get another number 2 receiver, because another number 1 receiver is not coming unless you draft it. Another number 1 receiver is not coming to Cleveland. So if you could have Jerry Jeudy and another person who's a solid number 2, you have at least a solid foundation around Shador Sanders with that offense, with that defense, and you could actually compete in the North. So let me know what you think about this. John Harbaugh, the Cleveland Browns, possibly getting linked. Who knows? Now, I said earlier that there was some chatter about John Harbaugh possibly going to, not possibly going to, but Sean McDermott is basically on the hot seat in Buffalo. And if Sean McDermott doesn't get it done this season, with the pathway being as clear as it is, he's probably going to lose his job. And there has been some rumors that John Harbaugh could possibly be there. But what's the point in moving on from Sean McDermott in Buffalo to go and get a John Harbaugh when they're both the same? They're basically the same coach. That you might as well just keep Sean McDermott. That's why John Harbaugh going to the Cleveland Browns makes more sense. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next story.